Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world, and Happy New Year, Happy 2021, and welcome to the very first Harmonize to Energize in the year 2021. And today it's my great pleasure to share this presentation with Laura Violin from Italy. And as we journey through the safety energy locks in 2021, I'm going to be sharing these presentations with as many people from far off lands perhaps, or people that you may or may not have heard of before, who love Jin Shin Jyutsu and share self-help. So without further ado, I'm going to hand you over to Laura so that she can share Safety Energy Lock 18. Oh, what happened?
Good morning,
about to.
And good afternoon, and good evening, fellow Jin Shin Jyutsu students. My name is Laura Violin. I am from Italy. I reside in the Virgin Islands, and I've been a Jin Shin Jyutsu student since the year 2000, and later on became a practitioner, and only recently I started sharing Jin Shin Jyutsu, teaching self-help classes in Italy. So today, Happy New Year. It's the beginning. It's day number 1, which in Jin Shin Jyutsu represents the prime mover. So we're moving into a new year. And we're closing, and we've closed the year 2020. And today, it's appropriate that we're talking about Safety Energy Lock number 18. If we add the 2 digits that make the number 18, it becomes a 9. And in Jin Shin Jyutsu, Safety Energy Lock number 9 represents the end of the cycle. So let's dive immediately in this beautiful Safety Energy Lock. And let's go to Self-Help Book, if you have it, number 2 at page 47. And let's read together what Mary wrote about Safety Energy Lock 18 to discover what it means and where it is and how we can harmonize it. So I think that Terry is going to show us that beautiful page, which is green. How appropriate, because Safety Energy Lock 18 is part of the family of the third depth, which is represented by the color green. So Safety Energy Lock 18, first of all, it's located at the base of the thumb, just where you have that nice little cushion, both on the right and on the left side of your hand. And it came into the universe meaning body consciousness, functions affecting human personality. So when we harmonize Safety Energy Lock number 18, or like Mary used to say, when we jumper cable, which means basically that we hold whatever point it is with our hands, we harmonize our body all the way from the back of our head at Safety Energy Lock number 4. That's the Safety Energy Lock that is located at the base of the skull, where the occipital bones are. And it goes all the way up the back of the head, and it continues down all the way down to the toes at Safety Energy Lock number 7, at the big toe precisely. So we get already a message here, because by harmonizing Safety Energy Lock 18, representing body consciousness, we get already a beautiful message, because Safety Energy Lock number 4 is going to be cleared. And in Jin Shin Jyutsu, Safety Energy Lock 4 represents the window to the universe, which opens up so that we can be conscious in our body and live all the way down to the toes. Number 7, a victorious life. Because safety energy lock number 7 represents victory. So let's see what it can sustain, meaning as body manifested functions. Well, when we open up safety energy lock 18, it will help. It can help with any chest congestion, rib cage distortions and or back stiffness, tension and stress, and back of the head congestion. When we quietly jumper cable, meaning that when we hold for 1-2 minutes, when you're by yourself, you can indulge and stay there all day long if you want. But when we open safety energy lock number 18, tension and stress will melt away. Our head will feel calm. The opposite of being in a situation when we are run over a millions of ideas. So we will feel peace and a sense of calmness that will melt the body as well, because when we are relaxed in our mind, our body will follow. Another thing that will happen is that sensation of bloat might also melt away. And my idea here, when I read that also the bloat can melt away, is that safety energy lock 18 is part of the family of the third depth, which can get disharmonized when we feel angry and frustrated, when there is indecision. And when we get angry, what happens is that we bloat up, just like a pressure cooker. So holding the 18 brings calm, and the body will follow that stream of energy. In Jin Shin Jyutsu, we are so lucky that when we have to harmonize, when we want to harmonize one safety energy lock, if we feel that that particular safety energy lock cannot be reached, or we want to be entertained by another hold, there is always a quickie, another way to open up that safety energy lock. And in the next slide, I think that there is an image on how we can harmonize safety energy lock 18. So the first quickie is to hold the little finger. How do you want to hold the little finger? Well, with the right hand, you can wrap your hand around the little finger of your left hand. And then you repeat the same with the left hand. You wrap around the little finger of the right hand. How long? Hopefully, if you have a lot of time, you can stay there as long as you want, and you can relax. But already remembering to breathe and letting go and dropping the shoulder, just staying a couple of minutes for each finger will help. There is another beautiful quickie that is suggested in the book. And to open safety energy lock number 18, we can also use a combination of 2 holds, meaning that we can open up the safety energy lock 18 using one hand, whatever hand you decide to use. I take this example, for example, for the right side. I will put my right hand under safety energy lock number 25. Under because it's it has to go under the buttock where the sitting bone is. So we will lock with one hand, either the right or the left, under the buttock. Then we have one hand that is free, the other hand. So the other hand that is free will go in the corner of the shoulder that meets the neck. And safety energy lock number 3 is on the right and on the left side of the spine. So in that little triangle corner where the shoulder meets the neck. When you reach for safety energy lock number 3, simultaneously you are covering the area where there is also safety energy lock number 11. So here there is already another beautiful message that we receive from this page, which is that when we are harmonizing safety energy lock number 18, holding our safety energy lock number 3, we can relate to others. And while we are sitting on our 25, or when we have our hands under our buttock, we quietly regenerate. And while we can relate to others harmoniously and regenerate, we are more conscious also of ourselves. On top of that, I want to integrate the fact that previously to this exercise, by holding the fingers, we melt down all what is the idea of pretense, of trying to be what we are not, trying too hard. So how beautiful it is with one safety energy lock just to introduce the idea of calming our mind and be in our body without pretense, being able to be open to the universe and relate to others. Today, it's not only about words that I want to put out, but I would like to practice a little bit. Practice an exercise to find this harmony, and because of a question of time, we will practice the free holds, meaning that we will practice holding safety energy lock number 18, and you can hold it this way, or you can clasp your hands, your fingers above the little cushion. And we will hold our little finger, and we will hold the number 3 with one hand above the shoulder and the other hand under the buttock. And for each hold, we are going to breathe 9 times. And because we want to actually breathe 9 times for each hold, but we want to conclude with 36 breaths, the last set of 9 breaths, we will together complete the set of exercises by giving ourselves a big hug. So which side are you going to harmonize? Well, I would like you to take a moment and be conscious of your body and see which side feels more tense. And if you have no clue, let your body maybe pick one side, because the intelligence of our body is very trustworthy. And since you're gifting yourself 10 minutes maybe of focusing on the breath and dropping the shoulder and being the smile, make sure that this gift is excluded by any ringing of telephones, cell phones. Maybe you can put it on silence so you can just focus for 10 minutes on your breath and experience harmony. So we are going to start right away with our breath, and the first hold is holding safety energy lock number 18. And if you do just like I'm doing, you can hold them both at the same time. But if you prefer to pick one side, you can do so. So let's go with an exhale, dropping the shoulders. For 9 breaths, I let you float in the place that you prefer. I'm not going to guide you in your relaxation. And one more breath, exhale. So now you can keep your eyes closed if you wish, and just switch your hands and grab and wrap either your left little finger or your right little finger, whichever side you've decided that can use some pampering today. I didn't decide, but my body did pick my left little finger, so I'll just go with this. And we're going to breathe for a nice 9 deep breaths, letting go, dropping the shoulders. One more breath. And then exhaling. And we're going to switch and dance into the hold by holding either with the left hand, your right number 3, safety energy lock number 3, at the corner of your right shoulder where it meets the neck, and then with your right hand or with your left hand, depending on which side you've picked, you slide the hand under the sitting bone or buttock, and we're going to exhale again for nice 9 breaths, letting go of any stress. Dropping the shoulders. And one more breath. Exhaling. And letting your hands loose a little bit. You can shake your hands. Readjust your body. Hopefully you're in a comfortable place. And we're going to close the last set, giving ourselves the gift of giving ourselves a big hug, putting the hands under the armpits, reaching almost to the back of the shoulder blades, dropping the shoulders, and we're going for another set of 9 breaths. Exhaling. One more breath. Exhale. And coming back to the webinar. I hope you feel a little bit more relaxed, because I do. I want to add another little note that I forgot to add before, talking about safety energy lock number 18. And it's a side note that comes from a wonderful book written by Paul Foster Case that sometimes Terry uses in his webinars. Thank you, Terry. Here is an image of the cover, The Wisdom of Tarot. And in this book, there are no safety energy locks, but they talk about numbers, and they attach the word key, just like an opening key, to the number. And key 18 is represented by the tarot card of the moon. So the image of the moon represents key 18. And the moon governs the sleep. And the words they use, one of the words, because there are several pages written about safety, about key 18, and one of the words they use is also organization. So they talk about sleep and organization. And about sleep, I want to mention that safety energy lock 18 helps tremendously if you have a hard time falling asleep. As a matter of fact, if my head is spinning and I have millions of ideas spinning around my mind and I can't fall asleep, I do clasp my hands and I tuck them under the pillow so they can't run away. And sure enough, I fall asleep like this. It's interesting that in this book they talk about organization, which is not exactly organization of material things, but it is organization of ideas that are placed in order. And probably many of you experience that during the night you wake up and suddenly you have an answer because your mind relaxed, and then you get the answer to a project that you had that you couldn't find the answer. So that's very interesting. I suggest that to practice Jin Shin Jyutsu, self-help, as much as you can, because Jin Shin Jyutsu self-help is cumulative, meaning that the effects that you get in return are huge. So I thank you for listening, and I wish everybody a Happy New Year. Thank you, Terry.
Thank you, Laura, and thank you, everybody, for sharing this first day of January with us with Harmonize, 2Energize. I just want to say that 2021 adds up to a 5, and a 5 in Jin Shin and numerology. We're erasing all fears, and we're also becoming more human. Hu, H-U, represents the heart in man or humanity. So 2021 offers us the frequency of connecting more to our hearts. So I want to just say thank you again, Laura. I think that was absolutely beautiful. I learned a lot, and I think she'll be coming back. I think we'll have another guest appearance before long. I think she's doing a wonderful job of explaining Safety Lock 18. And so everybody, I normally would be talking at this point about what's happening in the Jin Shin Jyutsu world, but for some reason I couldn't get the the screen to share, I would have one more attempt, and it's not working. But I will encourage all of you that are new to Jin Shin Jyutsu, and even some of you that may be reviewers. There's a new course, Core Principles of Jin Shin Jyutsu, and our lecturers, our instructors have started this course because they realize there's often a gap between self-help and starting a 5-day seminar. So they're bridging that gap. So I'd encourage all new people to consider that. Go to our website, www.jsjinc.net, and take a look on the homepage, and then go to the tab Online Events. And you'll see all these different courses or what's coming up. I believe Wayne Hackett is going to be teaching a self-help class early this month. And we've got some special topic classes coming up with Anita Willoughby. So, without further ado, enjoy this day of relative newness, freshness, whatever you're going to do. And remember, be safe. We are still in these lockdown times, in these quarantine times. Be smart. Do what you know to be sensible, not just for yourself, but for others. We're all in this together. So helping yourself, help others. Blessings, blessings, and I will see you possibly with another person or possibly by myself next Friday. Same time, 1 o'clock New York time. Take care. Au revoir. Cheerio. Auf Wiedersehen. And what have you said? There you go. All right. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
No, it doesn't want to let us go.